Jimmy Harwood is joining us today to perform and talk about his brand new single, Bloodshot. Welcome to the show, Jimmy.
Thank you for having me.
So you've just released your brand new single, Bloodshot. Is there anything you can tell us about sort of the key messages of the song?
Yeah, I guess Bloodshot, music and living a sort of unhealthy lifestyle come pretty hand in hand. So this year I decided to make a change, I guess, to my lifestyle in a positive way. And yeah, I guess the song's about that.
Yeah. You already have some previous hits like Gatorade and Goosebumps. That was Blue Gatorade, sorry.
Yeah.
How does Bloodshot differ from those songs?
It's definitely more upbeat. My stuff's usually pretty laid back and, you chill out to it, but Bloodshot's, it's a lot more upbeat. It's a bit of a head bopper. But yeah, it's sort of I've never really done a song like that. Very high energy. It's fun to play live.
Yeah.
So you say you've never really done a song like that before. What was the production process like in creating the sound? And do you have any specific inspirations for the song?
I started making the demo for a friend. So I was making a beat for him, and he said, "Oh, I want like an indie pop, head bopping song." So I started making a beat for him, and then I got like halfway through the beat, and I was like, "Oh, I actually really want this beat myself." So I thought I had to say to him, "Sorry, man, I'm pinching this for myself." So that's And then I took it to my mate Dom Cork, who's a great producer in Melbourne, and he gave it all the sauce and made it,
The sauce.
Yeah, the sauce.
Yeah, well, it's definitely quite a vulnerable piece. So what was the songwriting process like for you? Was it difficult to be vulnerable,
or? I think in real life terms, I'm not like a super vulnerable person, but when it comes to music, it's I find it, that's sort of like, my vulnerable vice, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's never really a struggle to be vulnerable while writing, but I guess releasing the songs is like another thing, because you're sharing it with the world. And they're seeing that part of you, so yeah.
Yeah, do you have any specific concerns about, I guess, sort of the way you're perceived after letting yourself be vulnerable in front of people?
Yeah, I guess I never really think of it, but I guess it's always in the back of your mind. But I guess, at the end of the day, it's my music, and it's coming from me, and yeah.
Well, we've heard a little bit about Jimmy's brand new single, Bloodshot, but up next we will be chatting to him about his exciting music plans for the year ahead.
So, as a frequent collaborator within the Melbourne independent music scene, you've collaborated with artists such as Josh Cashman, Remedy, and Morning Maxwell. Has those experiences influenced the way you start creating your own music?
Definitely. I think the style, especially, like Morning Maxwell, Max, my friend, he's primarily dance music, which is not something that's, super familiar to me. Like, it's getting more familiar the more I do it, and I love making it. And then Remedy's hip hop, Josh is like indie pop, so the collaboration aspects of things really helps my, making a unique sound my own. Because I add, my own elements to it. So, yeah, it definitely, and seeing how people work differently.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them, all of them produce and stuff, and you see how they work, and you're like, what? You learn so much from that aspect of things. People work very different ways, but there's no right or wrong. Yeah.
Did you just sort of meet them from playing music, or?
Yeah, literally just through mutual friends.
Yeah,
it's usually how it happens. Like, you just meet someone, and then you meet their friend and their friend and their friend.
Yeah. And you're able to bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Go to each other's gigs. It's really a community thing, isn't it?
You just build each other up pretty much.
Yeah.
Give each other tips and take advice, and in all aspects of music, whether it's writing or, the business side of things, and pretty much.
Yeah. So you recently had the launch for this single at the Lee Beater Hotel with Julia Lostrom and Kay Vinyl.
Yeah.
And what's it like working with those guys? Like, do they influence you a lot, or?
I've never actually made music with them. But they're the same as the people you listed before. I just met
Yeah.
them through friends. Vinyl has a studio with one of my best friends, E. So I met him through E. But yeah, they're sort of in the hip hoppy, indie pop scene in Melbourne. So I met, through friends and stuff, I met them. And they're both incredible. At the show, I was standing there like, what? You kidding?
Yeah.
And it was a really good, like Julia's super chill, low key, indie pop, and then Cavino was pretty heavy hip hop at some aspects, and then super chill. So it was a real good contrast for the gig.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you haven't collaborated with that you would like to?
Oh, there's a lot. Nerve. I don't know if you've heard of Nerve. He's a rapper from Brisbane. I'd love to work with him one day. Yeah, there's a lot of big names, like people I definitely look up to. But locally, I couldn't think of anyone locally. But yeah.
Is there a place that you haven't performed but you would like to within the next year?
Again, it's sort of with like the big name
MCG.
collaborators. Yeah, the MCG.
Yeah.
Go Rod
Like,
Laver.
why not?
Yeah, why not?
Just start there.
Dream big, but probably locally, the Corner. I'd love to play there. Never played there before, and the Croxton in Thornbury is also. I love that venue. Yeah. Hopefully can make it happen in the next year.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, speaking of this year, what can we expect from you musically? Like, do you have any releases coming or anything of that nature?
I've just finished writing an album. That's not coming this year though. Still got to record it.
Working on it? Oh, so you just wrote it? And
I've got demos and stuff for it, and it's coming together. But that's not coming out anytime soon. But the plan is I got a bunch of singles in the works that are nearly finished. So I want to drop a bunch of music videos with them all.
Yeah, in the lead up to the album.
Yeah, sort of,
momentum.
get some momentum happening with the singles, get some videos, and one day hopefully the album comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You have your sort of, your own sound, but are there any sort of production elements or, different styles you would like to incorporate in the future? Yeah,
I've always thought, ever since I started producing, I've always thought of almost making an alias and just chucking up, because I make so much random music that I'd never release under my name, but I'd love to make a Spotify and just have like a dump spot for chuck whatever up. But I want to do more dance stuff, especially production, because I haven't really produced any dance stuff ever. And also just producing for other people. I've started doing that a fair bit now. And it's so rewarding, and it's refreshing to not work on your own music, because you're stressing out a bit on how it's turning out. But with other people, you sort of, it's what they want, You just got to fulfill their needs.
Yeah, and I guess because it's collaborative as well, it kind of takes the heat off you as well.
Yeah.
So you can kind of, it's a little easier when you have someone else's input sometimes. Do you find it difficult to write sometimes? Do you experience writer's block or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely. I think most people that write would say they get writer's block sometimes, And I used to try when I was younger, I used to try to just force my way through it.
Yeah.
And these days, sometimes I'm like, maybe it's just not working right now. And then, you wait however long it is, and then it always comes back.
Yeah. So that's your strategy. You just kind of like wait a bit.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah, definitely.
So how long have you been writing the album for?
I decided I wanted to do an album.
Yeah.
Like maybe March last year or something. Yeah. So a fair while.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I've written it all, because I was, it's pretty tough to get a cohesive 12, 13 tracks down together.
Yeah, does that have any sort of, I suppose, consistent themes across the entire thing? It was in lockdown we were writing it, presumably.
Yeah.
Is that an influence in the whole thing?
It's more, I tried, it's the same sort of with the writer's block.
Yeah.
I was trying to force my way into like figuring out the theme, but the more I wrote it, the more I felt like it's sort of musically, like sonically a theme, I
Yeah.
guess. Like it
Yeah.
sounds like a cohesive project.
Yeah.
There's not necessarily a running lyrical theme throughout it. But yeah, I got it, made heaps and heaps of demos and sort of compacted it to the cohesive ones. Yeah.
I haven't started recording yet.
Yeah, we've done a couple, but yeah.
Any collaborations?
Yes.
Can you reveal them?
Yes. My friend Aki, shout out Aki. She's amazing. She hasn't even released any music,
Yeah.
and I met her through some friends. She's like
You're gonna break her as a new artist.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she'll release some by the time the album's out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's a crazy visual artist. And then my mate showed me some of her songs that they were working on. I was blown
Yeah.
away, and I sent her. Oh, she came over to mine, and we just made a song. It wasn't particularly for the album, but it just like fit right perfectly in there. So yeah.
Yeah, so do you do a lot of creating that isn't like, or just for fun rather than to actually put it out somewhere? It's just
Yeah.
like
that's-
making music still a hobby rather than.
Yeah, that's the majority of the music I make is pretty much just for fun.
Yeah.
And then, you can tell when you can dive in a bit deeper and, take it to that next level. But a lot of when I'm like cooking up tunes with my mates, we're just having fun, just kicking
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
And could you ever see yourself really taking music to the next level and performing internationally or on a world stage? Or do you reckon you'll be more of a local artist?
I'd be happy to be a local artist. Like I think I'm pretty happy in the spot I am right now, and I don't have much of a following or anything. But I think it's important to always have goals and try and level up.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back shortly with the incredible Jimmy Harwood.
So, your favourite artist of all time?
That's such a hard question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say horror show. From Sydney.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've experimented with a lot of different genres. Just broadly, do you have a favourite?
Listening wise,
Actually, both listening and making.
yeah, I'd say listening. Oh, it's so hard. I'm gonna say hip hop. I've always loved hip hop, especially Aussie hip hop.
Yeah.
I love the local feel to it. Some people can't get past the classic Aussie sort of
Yeah.
bogan accent, but I love it, embrace it. And then making. Yeah, sometimes I like playing a guitar and that's it, stripped back acoustic stuff, and then sometimes I love over the top production. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say there's one thing, but I think stripped back songwriting, just sit on my couch with a guitar is probably my favourite.
Yeah. So, this is personally a really important one for me, but your favourite pre-performance snack? Big decision. What do you reckon?
These are all such hard questions. I'm gonna say it has to be a snack. It can't be like a meal.
That's a good point.
No,
I would
go for a
say
meal.
give us both. Like,
I'm gonna
if you had
say
to pick.
a Parma and pot from the pub.
Yeah.
I'm buying that.
Yeah.
If it was snack wise, I don't know, maybe some barbecue shapes.
Yeah, that is a classic snack. So barbecue's your favourite then? Favourite shapes flavour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a favourite of your own song titles?
Song titles.
Yep.
Oh. Probably Blue Gatorade.
Why?
I don't know, it's just always stood out to me. Like whenever I've looked on my Spotify, I'm like,
You're like,
why did I call that song? That's like, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you like Blue Gatorade as well?
Yeah.
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 But not your favourite snack? Just something you
Nah.
like? Nah.
Yeah, I've had it a bit too much now.
Oh,
I'm almost
yeah.
onto the purple Powerades.
Now it's purple.
Yeah.
Is that grape flavour, I think?
Yeah.
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 And they got the nozzles as well, the Powerades.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like
Yeah.
those nozzles. You just pull them out.
Yeah.
Like, really easy to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, what's your favourite instrument to play? I know you kind of touched on this already, but
Definitely guitar.
yeah.
I like, yeah. I almost primarily, sometimes, guitar's my main thing, not even the songwriting, you know. I've always loved playing guitar ever since I picked one up, so definitely say guitar. I've started playing keys more, which I'd love, but I'd love to be able to, you know, get to like the standard that I am with guitar, but on keys.
Keys are kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like just forming the chords, you kind of have to know where to put your fingers. With guitar, if you kind of have the same finger formations, it's a bit easier.
Yeah, exactly.
My experience. So
and
I do think piano is more difficult.
I've only got a MIDI keyboard as well, and I'd love just a big grand piano. But
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
So finally, what is your social media so everyone can follow what you're doing?
Jimmy Harwood, no spaces, no caps. Yeah.
Easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Beaut.